today I wanted to do a video regarding my BTS Soundcheck experience in Chicago day one. I got a lot of questions on Twitter on how Soundcheck works because everyone was getting confused. They wanted to prepare for the second day, and I got so many DMs and tweets back that I decided, you know what, let me do a video regarding Soundcheck, my experience, and what you should know on how to prepare for it. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown on what I went through on Soundcheck for the Chicago show at Soldier Field for day one. So let me start off with the email they will send you. So VIP Nation is going to send you a email regarding the Soundcheck experience. So if you bought the tickets yourself, you'll get the email, but if someone else bought it, you have to tell them to forward you that email and also to get a copy of their ID. So in the email, they will tell you that the check-in begins at 11:30 a.m. and then they're trying to scare you and saying like, no one shall be in line before 11:30. You'll be asked to vacate the area, but it didn't happen in Chicago. So ARMY did an unofficial line and they did fulfill that unofficial line, just so you know. So they tell you to bring your ID. All your party must be together at check-in. So everyone that you want to be with has to be with you. So you can get one person to wait in line and then they will meet you up. So I was like, okay, 11:30, I'm not sure what time people are getting there. I should get there early. I ended up going with my sister around closer to 9:30. And the line was pretty long. I think there was about maybe 500 to 600 people in front of us at 9:30, and people were there since 7 a.m., maybe 6 a.m. But it wasn't too bad because you got really good company with ARMY. So at 9:30 I lined up and there's about 600 people in front of me, and I got close to the VIP tent like 12:45ish. So like 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1, 12, like 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours in line. What they end up doing for you guys is they're going to tell you how many people are in your party, so that way you'll be all together. And there is 2 people in front of that tent. So there's someone representing the color orange and there's another representing the color blue, like Soldier Field's Bears colors, you know. It could be different in your area. So they separate you by color. They told me like how many in your party. I'm like 2. You're going to the blue line. So me and my sister went to the blue line. They checked my ID with their iPad and they gave us this wristband here. I actually got the orange wristband. I thought I was getting blue. I don't even know what colors anymore. But I got this wristband and it represented 378. So this is where the number system kind of gets a little confusing. So it doesn't mean I was 378 in line. It means I was double that number, because the other line of the color they're separating you is also 378. So the person in front of me was 378 blue and I was 378 orange. So that meant double the people there. You kind of get me? So they separate you with 2 lines with 2 different number systems. So once you get this, they will send you to another line that gets you your tickets. All right, so that's where you pick up your tickets. Don't mind that email saying your will call opens at this time. No, they're gonna give you the tickets there if you're in Soundcheck. So then you go around these lines. They make you work out. So you go around and 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 around. And then you get to the tent, the other tent. So there they also check your ID, or if you have the copy of the person's that you purchased from, their ID, and they give you an envelope. They give you an envelope with your tickets inside. So whatever tickets you have, they will give it to you. And also they'll give you your lanyard that says BTS Soundcheck. So this is actually more of your ticket than lanyard's just for like a souvenir and to show that you're in Soundcheck, but this is what you really need. So then I told the lady, like, what time do I have to be back? And she said, well, they told me to tell everyone 2 p.m. You may come later, but I don't know. They just told me to tell everyone 2 p.m. it opens. And I'm like, okay. And it was already 1 o'clock when I got to that point. And I wanted to rush home to quickly change because it was raining. I wanted to get another layer and feed my cat, my hungry cat. So me and my sister ended up getting an Uber and went home as fast as we can, ate something really fast, and then we came back and it was around like 3:15 and the security line was long. very long. So that's a risk you'll take, but honestly, I don't feel like you have to be there until like 3 o'clock. So they tell you 2 p.m., you're gonna be waiting in that other line for like 2 more hours or 2.5 more hours. So we ended up running back, getting some stuff, feeding our cat, coming back, and we were in that security line for about 30 to 45 minutes, I should say. So we got in and it was like 4 o'clock already, and I'm like, crap, I think they're running late, because in the email, you know the email, it's like their schedule, and email says sound checks at 4:30 to 4:50. After going through security line, it was like 30-minute, 45-minute wait. We go inside and they're gonna give you, I don't have this wristband because I threw it away, it was just a colored wristband, another colored wristband to represent that you have field access since you're on the show floor. So you get that wristband, and then you're gonna see when you enter, and it might be different in your area, but this is how it was in Chicago, there's gonna be an orange side and a blue side. So the orange side's gonna say number 1 through 200, 200 to 400, and then like 400 to 500, something like that. And then, I'm not sure if it's 600, I didn't pay attention. And then they're gonna have the blue side that's gonna say 1 to 200, same thing, 200 to 400, and 400 to 500 or 600, I'm not sure. So then you're gonna go like Southwest Airlines, when you're boarding on the flight, you have to like line yourselves up according to your number. So then you go to your wristband color with your number, and then you're trying to find your place in the line. So you just ask Army like, hey, what number are you? What number are you? And actually, I ended up finding the people that I was waiting in line, the unofficial line. I saw them and I'm like, oh, I'm right there with them. So me and my sister went in that line, and we just waited for, it's like 3:30, 4:30, maybe like an hour in that line before they would take you out. So when security was ready to take you, it was a little late, the sound check. It was about 5 o'clock that they finally let us go through. Yeah, but also if you come in late, they're gonna ask you to go at the end of the line. I saw a couple people who found their number in line. It was already like 4:40 and when a security guard, so I'm like, no, you have to wait at the end of the line. And you're numbered area still. So if you're like 200 or 300, they told me to go wait at the very end of the line of that one. So they didn't tell you to wait the end, they just told you the end of your line. So that's if you come in a little late. But you're still gonna, I promise you, you're still gonna make it in there. Just don't get there before 4:30, I should say, because there's gonna be still people getting their badges, because the lines are so long, so it kind of delayed, I guess, sound check, I'm not sure. Security came in and they announced that they were getting people, so the line that they called out was blue. So the first 200 people of that color ended up going inside the stadium. That represents the one side of the catwalk. That's why they separate you in colors. I forgot to mention that earlier. The two colors represent each side of the catwalk. So blue goes in first, the first 100, 200, and then orange goes in first, the 1 to 200. First 100, 200 of each color goes through, and then again the 200 to 400 goes, and then it was our turn, the 200 to 400. So that meant there was about 600, 700 people in front of me. Called us up, we go in, and what they do is there's some standing area and there's some seats along the catwalk too that they sit you in. So they sat us, actually there's no more space for our group to be standing or closer to the catwalk. We had to go, so like this, say this is a catwalk, and then there's people here, like say 1 to 200 was right here, and then after us they got more people to go in this closer to the catwalk, and then say like, since there's like 28 seats per row, I was in 3rd row, so let's say 60 people in front of me, we ended up sitting that way, like further away. And I was like, no, we got the further away seats. We didn't make the cut for closer to the catwalk. It was bummed, but it's okay. It's still really randomized, guys. It's very randomized, so don't worry. So then they made like one row all the way to the, like this is a row, this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a catwalk. So I was 3 rows back, and then all the way at the end, I was like seat 28. And the 3rd person behind me ended up starting a fresh row to the front, and then it goes back like this. So it's very random too. I was like, no! I was either 20 people If I was only 20 people earlier or 3 people late, I could have gotten that fresh row in the beginning, but no, it's very random like that. So that's the best way to explain. And then they sit you down. They actually gave you ponchos because it was raining. It was really nice, and it was really late still. It was gonna be 5 o'clock and the public doors were gonna open, but they actually delayed the public doors so BTS can do their sound check. So we waited about like maybe 10 to 20 minutes until BTS came out. So BTS comes out and we went crazy. They were beautiful. Chin Chin was very much cutie, sexy, lovely because he was giving it to us, like giving it to us. And I just loved seeing them in their street, you know, casual wear. It was like an incredibly different experience. Like very chill, no makeup. It was kind of cool. It's like, oh my god, they're so close. And I still feel like it wasn't real. So they did Ampanman. Did they do Mic Drop? I don't even remember. They did 3 songs, so it was about like 15 minutes of their presence, but it was so worth it. Very much worth it. After that, they're done and you can chill in the field, or you can go back to the bathroom and get food before everyone else, or get merchandise before the lines form inside. So I ended up getting merchandise because there was no line, and I ended up getting my Army Bomb and 2 shirts. So if you have Soundcheck, just run to the merchandise in front of the stadium or wherever the merchandise stations are in the stadium, and you can get your gear with no problem, with barely any line. So that's what we did, because I was really worried of being in another merchandise line the next day, but no. If you have Soundcheck, that's a perk. You can just rush to get gear. So yeah, that was basically my Soundcheck experience. And I'm just gonna read a couple tweets that people had, maybe that I didn't touch upon or wasn't too clear on. Someone said, how much time do you exactly have after you get your number for Soundcheck? It depends what time you lined up. So say if you lined up early, you probably got your lanyard or your ticket earlier and your wristband earlier. So you probably have maybe 2 hours to spend before security check-in time starts, but you don't have to be there at 2 p.m. If you want to be safe, you can be there at 2 p.m., but then you're gonna wait inside the stadium until Soundcheck starts and you're just gonna sit again. So I say take that time, whatever time you have, and you know, maybe change or go to the washroom. Don't line up for merchandise because the lines are hella long. So it just depends on what time you line up. I lined up at 9:30 and I literally just had 1 hour to run home, quickly change and grab some stuff, feed my cat, and then come back, and it was like 3:30 already. So it depends on how much time you have, what time you lined up, I should say. Here's another question. Someone said, how soon did the check-in line open? It literally opened at 11:30 a.m. for check-in. And then someone said, how long did you have to wait? Did you have to wait long to get in the stadium? Basically depends what time they want you in for Soundcheck. From the security check-in to the stadium, it's up to them. I'm not sure. It took us like an hour, about an hour, maybe 45 minutes until we were able to go into the stadium. What is the key for the best seats for Soundcheck? This is a great question, okay. So as you know about the number system and the 2 orange to 2 colors representing each side of the catwalk. So say if you're number 200 in the actual unofficial or official line. So once you reach the VIP check-in, you're gonna be basically 100 on one side, because the other 100 people are gonna be on the other side because they keep moving you. So if you're in a group, they move you to this side or this side. So if you're number 200 and you got number 100 wristband orange, that means the other person that was behind you ended up getting the same number as you, just different colored wristband. So that's how it works. So if there's 1,000 people in line in front of you, that means you're number 500 colored wristband of orange, because the other people were 500 blue. You know what I mean? So it's a little confusing, but I guarantee you, if you are the first, I would say 400 in line in the unofficial line, that 100, 200 on each side, guarantee you that you're gonna get a great view along the stage. I believe so, because since I was like that was 378, they literally cut us to go on the other side of the seating arrangement. It was it was a gamble though, still. It's still a gamble. They say like, oh, if you're in the middle numbers, you're gonna get a great view. It doesn't guarantee you. It's very random, because they seat you once that catwalk line on the sides fill up and those other seats along the catwalk fill up. The other side, goes like this, and this is a catwalk. I was all the way here, and then the 3 people behind me was down here. So that's how it works. So it's very random, but if you really, really want to be close up, you got to get there beyond early. You have to be the first 400 in that line so you can get number 200 wristband on either side. It's a little confusing, I know, but that's how I feel like it'll be guaranteed. A close. People saying how my view was, even though being up there, it was still a great view of them. It was still pretty close, and I still enjoyed it. It was beautiful, it was lovely. Oh, so I still had a pretty decent view. But also, the lady on the side of me, she was a mother, and she was really tall, and she kind of blocked my view a lot. So I was like, ah. So that's the only thing. Should you be prepared for the concert? Yes, guys. When I left, I didn't know what to expect. So I came fully dressed in whatever I was gonna wear for the concert. I got my poncho and a blanket too. Just come fully prepared because you don't know how long it's gonna take you, or it's just better to be safe than sorry. So come like you're going to the concert. If you're there like at 6 a.m., you definitely will have time to run back, but that's if you get an 11:30 check-in. So it really depends on what time you lined up. A lot of people lined up really early the second day since they found out how the line worked. So the first day, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more lenient towards ARMY getting in later. On Sunday, I'm pretty sure ARMY's gonna get there even earlier because they're gonna find out, hey, that's how it worked the day before. Let me get there super early. Someone said you have to be in security check-in in 2. Again, you don't have to be at security check-in right at 2 o'clock. There is gonna be a big line, so by the time they get to someone's probably 3 o'clock. So if you line up at 3 o'clock, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Another question was, will I have time to get merchandise after you get your wristband and lanyard and ticket? I won't risk it. Have a stress-free day that day because you've done a lot. Do not go in the merchandise line because that line is another hella long line, and I don't know, it's probably going to take you an hour to 2 hours, and then you're going to be rushing. Do what I said. Once Soundcheck ends, you go inside the stadium, find that store, and get your merchandise there because there's going to be no one in line. It's only going to be you and like 1,900 other people, but they're not all going to go in that same area. So rush to that merchandise area and get your merchandise there because they do sell, inside they do sell ARMY bombs, they do sell all the shirts. Just keep looking for the stands. They have everything, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe they don't have everything. I think they might not have, actually, hold up. They might not have everything because I didn't go to the ones outside because it was too long. They might not have the photo cards or the other things, but they do have the shirts, the pants, the ARMY bombs. I didn't ask, so I'm not too sure. But I say go afterward, check it out, or go the day you're not going to the concert, or if you're going 2 days, go that Friday that they're gonna do the merchandise because it's still gonna be a long line, but just don't risk it, guys. Don't risk it in running to get merchandise. Don't risk it. Also, I did not see the BTS studio. I don't even know what it was. I couldn't even find it because I was like in lines all day and I went to the concert both days, so I didn't have any experience at the BTS studio or what it was. I'm not sure if it was that thing where you're sitting next to BTS, one of the members, and you take a picture with them. I don't know. I'm so sad. I didn't even check that out. And another thing I forgot to mention to prepare for yourselves while waiting in line is to bring a towel or blanket to sit on in case you're waiting for a lot of hours. And food, guys! I forgot to bring food and I was starving because I didn't have any breakfast. Bring food. Bring lots of food. And there are porta potties too. There's porta potties around, so you can always like have someone like, hey, hold my spot, can I go to the bathroom? ARMY is really nice. And there's a lot of cool freebies too that they give you in line, which I really liked. I got some stickers and postcards. Shout out to some ARMYs. And I think they accept the first 1,000 people in line or so. I think everyone ended up getting their lanyard and got into Soundcheck, and everyone in the line. So don't worry, if you're the last person in line, I'm pretty sure you kind of got in. I'm trying to think of anything else before I end this video. Hopefully this video helped you guys figure out how Soundcheck works, or if you're curious about it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. I'll be for sure more than happy to answer them and, you know, make you get ready, because in the beginning, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what to expect. I read some stuff on Twitter and I'm like, oh, I wonder how it's gonna be in Chicago. So this may be the same organization they'll have at your area or your stadium. Who knows, or it could change, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep it consistent. So thanks guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and follow me on social media. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.